Hey, what's up everybody? Dustin Matthews here. Welcome to day 28 in the 30 Habits in 30 Days video series. Day 28 is about self-trust. And if you've been following along and actually doing the worksheets for these last few days, you might have experienced something similar to what I have been experiencing, which is you are doing some really deep work. I don't know if you've noticed, but the first 21 days, those habits, the stackable habits, seemed rather easy and joyful. I liked doing them. These last few days have been more deep emotional work, recognizing our patterns, our limiting beliefs, maybe feeling some of the old grief, reprocessing past experiences, emotional traumas, and learning to have more compassion and acceptance for ourselves, in recognizing the things that shaped us and made us who we are, and how some of those survival strategies or coping mechanisms might have just been our best attempt at trying to survive. And if we become aware of them now, we realize they're not serving us anymore, but they've become habits that we've been holding on to for so long. It's not easy to just drop them and live differently. It takes effort, it takes practice. That's what integration is all about. And like I said in the other videos, this isn't something that is linear where it's just like awareness, recognize your limiting beliefs. You're like, oh, I don't want to have those anymore. You just pick some new ones and then life gets better. The process of integration takes time. You'll go back, you'll have new levels of awareness. You'll have new practices that you can implement, like the breathing technique, meditation, getting enough sleep, journaling. Those have all been beneficial for me in processing old experiences, old emotions, and getting to the root of, oh, what are these stories that I tell myself about who I am, and how do they drive me? And are they true? Do I want to let them continue to impact my life, my future, the direction I want to go? Or do I want to recognize them, heal them, integrate them, have that lived wisdom of knowing what I've experienced and how it shaped me, so that I can no longer allow it to dictate the course of my future? That's not easy work, okay, folks? If you're doing that, I salute you. You are doing some really difficult work. This is stuff that usually requires therapy. Something I probably need. Anyway, this is deep work, all right? And today we've done a lot of deep work bringing this stuff to our awareness, learning how to integrate, try to breathe through it, create more distance between grabbing the old coping mechanism or going into old, patterns of overachieving or self-soothing, whatever it might be for you. And now we're learning to sit with the discomfort of recognizing, yeah, our past has shaped us. We still have some old emotions to process. But the way that we affirm a new identity is we take these micro actions. We tell ourselves we're aware of this old pattern, this old story, and we don't want to let it drive us anymore. So we take small actions that can affirm our new identity. And today is about self-trust and authority. And something I was thinking about the other day about authority is, if you think about it, there's a quote, a Hopi Native American proverb that says, those who tell the stories rule the world. And if you think of what an author is, it's someone who writes a story. An author. That's the root word for authority. The authorities are the people writing the script that we believe, the narrative that we fall into, submit to, subscribe to. But the question I have is, why are we outsourcing our power to a different authority? I feel like the only authority that I want in my life is me and my connection with what I believe to be my higher power. So today is all about generating self-trust and recognizing where we might outsource our own inner authority. We have to develop self-trust, which means we have to choose who we want to become. We have to choose our own choices, not just based on what society or our peers or parents or authority figures think. We have to be able to say, this is who I am, who I want to be, who I want to become. These are the actions that I want to take. This is what I'm trying to do with my life. We have to be able to take responsibility for our own life, for our own behaviors, which means we have to do this work. If we want to have more conscious control and influence and self-direction, self-authorship of our own lives, this is the type of work we need to do. So today, I created a worksheet down in the description for a free PDF. So you can do this worksheet. But basically, we're going to try to figure out where we outsource our power. Where are we looking for authority or validation in our lives? And then we're just going to pick 3 things today that we are going to choose and not overthink, not overanalyze, not go back and forth on. So for me, the things that I have committed to today, simply doing my videos, going to exercise, getting to sleep before 10 p.m. Very simple, very easy. But I know that those are the things that will protect my peace today. Those 3 actions, when I commit to them today, that will generate a little bit more self-trust so that tomorrow I rely on myself a little bit more. I trust myself a little bit more. I know from my experience, okay, I committed to this decision and I followed through on it. So tomorrow I'll have a little bit more self-discipline, self-control, self-respect, self-trust to make more decisions without outsourcing my authority or seeking validation from others. I'm not saying we shouldn't talk to other people and get input and guidance. I'm just saying we should use that as information, not as the concrete truth. I think reflecting and breathing and journaling and meditating are some of the most important things we can do to become aware and more aligned with who it is we want to be. So that's it for today. That's the practice. Choose 3 things that you can decide and commit to build more self-trust. Do the worksheet so you realize where you might be outsourcing your power, your authority, and just take it one day at a time. This is not easy work, so just take it one day at a time. Have compassion for yourself and continue to do the practices that you feel help you regulate your nervous system, live authentically and more honestly with yourself, more acceptance, more compassion, more self-trust. That's all for now. I wish you the best. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Good luck. I love you. All right. See you later.